Welcome back to our channel, World of Coins. As you knew that old is gold, but these Abraham Lincoln pennies coins that are most valuable than you think, you're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1. Today, we're taking a close look at one of the most iconic coins in American history, the United States 1-cent coin from 1957. This little copper coin might seem ordinary at first glance, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. Stick around until the end, because we'll reveal just how valuable this coin can be today. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. The 1957 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln wheat penny, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors. By 1957, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly 50 years, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Its design, featuring Lincoln's profile on the obverse side and the iconic wheat ears on the reverse, was revolutionary at the time and remains a classic example of American coinage. This particular year, 1957, was part of a fascinating era in American history. The country was experiencing post-war prosperity, Elvis Presley was topping the charts, and the space race with the Soviet Union was heating up. Amid all this, the humble 1-cent coin quietly made its way into pockets, jars, and piggy banks across the nation. What makes these coins so interesting is how they reflect the spirit of their time while also carrying secrets of their own value, waiting to be discovered. The design of the 1957 1-cent coin is timeless. On the obverse, we have Victor David Brenner's famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design has been a staple of American coinage for over a century, and it continues to captivate collectors with its simple elegance. The reverse features two stylized wheat ears framing the words, 1 cent, and United States of America, along with the Latin motto, E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. These wheat ears, a symbol of prosperity and unity, make this coin instantly recognizable and highly sought after. Now, let's talk about what makes the 1957 1-cent coin particularly desirable. Although these coins were minted in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a real challenge today. Most of these pennies were used in everyday transactions, which means they've experienced years of wear and tear. A coin that's been carefully preserved, free of scratches, dents, or discoloration, becomes a rare treasure for collectors. There's another layer of intrigue when it comes to these coins: minting errors and variations. Some 1957 pennies feature unique imperfections that occurred during the production process, such as double die errors, repunched mint marks, or misaligned strikes. These errors turn an already valuable coin into something truly extraordinary, driving up its worth significantly. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins with these rare and fascinating quirks. If you're lucky enough to own a 1957 1-cent coin, it's worth taking a closer look at its condition. Coins that have been well preserved and kept away from the wear and tear of circulation are in high demand. The smallest details can make a big difference. Sharpness in the engraving, the brightness of the luster, and the absence of blemishes are all factors that determine a coin's value. Now, for the moment you've all been waiting for. What is this little penny actually worth today? If you happen to have a 1957 1-cent coin in uncirculated condition, especially one with a rare minting error, it could fetch an astounding $61,000. That's right, $61,000 for a single penny. It's amazing to think that something so small and seemingly ordinary could hold such incredible value. So, the next time you come across an old penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history worth a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a discovery. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a coin you think might be valuable. Top 2, we're uncovering the story of a remarkable piece of American history, the United States 1-cent coin from 1949. This isn't just a penny, it's a symbol of an era, and if you've got one tucked away, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Stick with us until the very end, where we'll reveal the incredible value this coin can hold today. You're going to be amazed. The 1949 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, is part of one of the most iconic coin series ever produced in the United States. First minted in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln Penny was groundbreaking. It was the first U.S. coin to feature the portrait of a real historical figure, and it's been a beloved staple of American currency ever since. By in 1949, this coin had already become a familiar part of everyday life, but the world was changing rapidly. The United States was thriving in the post-World War II boom, televisions were becoming a household staple, and the American dream was in full swing. Coins minted during this time tell a story of optimism and growth, and the 1949 penny is no exception. The design of the 1949 1-cent coin is steeped in history and symbolism. On the obverse side, you'll find Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a tribute to one of America's greatest leaders. The detail in Lincoln's profile, from the curve of his jaw to the thoughtful expression on his face, captures his enduring legacy as a symbol of freedom and perseverance. Flip the coin over, and you'll discover the reverse design featuring 2 wheat ears, a nod to prosperity in unity. The phrase, 1 cent, is boldly displayed in the center, surrounded by United States of America and the Latin motto E pluribus unum, which means, out of many, one. This simple yet elegant design has made the Lincoln Wheat Penny a favorite among collectors for generations, but what makes the 1949 penny stand out among the millions of wheat pennies minted over the years? The answer lies in its condition, rarity, and the potential for unique minting errors. While millions of these coins were produced, finding one that has survived in near-perfect condition is no easy task. Most were heavily circulated, meaning they endured years of scratches, nicks, and discoloration. A coin that has been carefully preserved in its original state is a true treasure. Adding to the allure of the 1949 penny are the fascinating minting errors that occasionally occurred during its production. These errors could include double die obverse, repunched mint marks, or even die cracks that make each flawed coin one of a kind. Collectors prize these unique variations for their rarity and the stories they tell about the minting process. If you have a 1949 1-cent coin in your collection, it's worth examining it closely. Look for sharp details, a clean surface, and a vibrant luster. Even small factors like the brightness of the copper can significantly influence its value. And if your coin features a minting error, you could be holding a true rarity that collectors would love to add to their collection. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for. How much is this humble penny actually worth? If you're fortunate enough to own a 1949 1-cent coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, it could be worth an astounding $65,000. That's right, $65,000 for a single penny. It's incredible to think that a coin most people wouldn't even notice could hold such extraordinary value. So, the next time you come across an old penny, don't dismiss it. It could be a small piece of history worth a life-changing amount of money. Top 3, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American currency that might surprise you. We're talking about the 1979 United States 1-cent coin. This seemingly ordinary penny might be sitting in your change jar, but what if I told you it could be worth thousands of dollars? Stick around until the end because we'll reveal exactly how much this 1979 penny could be worth today, and trust me, it's more than you think. The 1979 1-cent coin was part of a significant shift in American coinage. By this time, the United States had already moved away from the classic Lincoln Wheat Penny design, and the memorial cent was in full circulation. The memorial design, introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, features the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, along with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse. The 1979 penny was minted at a time when the U.S. economy was in the midst of transformation. The country had recently entered into a period of high inflation, and while the penny might have been used to buy a candy bar or a loaf of bread back in 1979, today it seems like a relic of the past. However, don't be fooled by its age. There's more to this coin than meets the eye. The design of the 1979 penny is instantly recognizable. On the front, you have Abraham Lincoln's classic profile, still captured in Victor David Brenner's 1909 design. This side of the coin is a tribute to Lincoln's legacy and leadership. On the reverse, the coin features the Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. The memorial represents the unity of the American people and serves as a reminder of Lincoln's role in shaping the nation. While the 1979 penny was produced in large quantities, not all of them are the same. The value of these coins varies significantly depending on their condition and any unique features they may have. In general, most 1979 pennies you come across today are going to be in circulated condition, which means they've been through countless transactions, leaving them worn down with scratches and discoloration. However, a pristine, uncirculated 1979 penny can be a real gem for collectors, but here's where things get even more interesting. Some 1979 pennies were struck with a minting error, and these errors are what make this coin so valuable in certain cases. One of the most sought-after errors in 1979 pennies is the famous double die variety. This occurs when the design is struck onto the coin more than once, creating a visible doubling effect on the lettering and details. These double die errors can be found on both the obverse and reverse sides of the coin, and they make the coin highly desirable to collectors. If you happen to have a 1979 penny with this error, it could be worth far more than its face value. A coin with the double die error is much rarer than a standard 1979 penny, and it can fetch a significantly higher price on the market. Now, let's talk about how much you could be looking at if you've got one of these special coins. If you have a 1979 1-cent coin in pristine, uncirculated condition, or better yet, one with the double die error, its value could be as much as $54,000, yes, you heard that right, $54,000 for a single penny. It's amazing to think that a coin most people would overlook could be worth such an impressive sum. So, the next time you dig through your spare change, keep an eye out for that 1979 penny. It could just be the hidden treasure you've been waiting for. Top 4, we're bringing you something truly special, a coin that might just be sitting in your collection, overlooked and underestimated. We're talking about the United States 1-cent coin from 1985. If you've ever wondered whether a seemingly ordinary penny could hold incredible value, you're about to find out just how much this particular 1985 penny is worth. Stick around to the end, and I'll reveal the shocking value it could fetch today. The 1985 1-cent coin, much like many of the pennies from the 80s, was minted during a time of economic growth and stability in the United States. The country had emerged from the recession of the early 1980s, and things were looking up. But despite being part of the regular currency flow, this penny is far from ordinary. The coin features the familiar Lincoln Memorial design on the reverse, which has been a staple of the U.S. penny since 1959. But what really makes the 1985 penny stand out among its peers is its potential rarity, especially when you look at the condition of the coin and any minting anomalies. On the front, of course, we have the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His likeness, etched into the penny since 1909, symbolizes leadership, freedom, and unity. The reverse side, showcasing the Lincoln Memorial, is just as symbolic, representing the strength and unity of the American people. But while these design elements remain constant, there's something special about the 1985 penny that could make it far more valuable than its face value. One of the things that collectors keep an eye out for in coins from the 1980s is the overall condition. Most pennies from 1985 have been circulated heavily over the years. After all, it's just a penny. It's used in daily transactions and rarely given a second thought. However, there's a market for well-preserved, uncirculated coins, and finding a 1985 penny in mint condition is a real prize. The value of these coins is significantly higher than a regular circulated penny because they've withstood the test of time without suffering from the usual wear and tear. But condition is just one part of the puzzle. What really adds value to the 1985 penny is the possibility of minting errors. As with other years, certain coins from 1985 were struck with flaws during the production process. These errors can include things like double strikes, die cracks, or misprints. If you've got a 1985 penny with one of these rare minting mistakes, you could have a coin worth much more than its face value. A common example of an error that collectors covet is the double die variety, which occurs when the coin is struck more than once, causing certain details to appear doubled. This type of error can add significant value to a coin, especially if the doubling is noticeable. Finding a 1985 penny with a minting error can be a treasure hunt in itself, but even without errors, if you come across an uncirculated penny in great condition, you could still be holding on to something valuable. As we've seen with many coins, the demand for well-preserved pieces is always high among collectors. So, what's the value of a 1985 penny, and how much could it be worth? Well, if you're lucky enough to own an uncirculated 1985 penny, or even one with a rare minting error, you could be sitting on a coin worth as much as $45,000. That's right, $45,000 for a single penny. It's a staggering amount of money for what most people might think is just pocket change. But the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and this is a perfect example of how something so small can hold so much potential value. So, next time you go through your coin collection or come across a 1985 penny in your change, take a closer look. You might just have a small treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 5 in this episode is one you won't want to miss. We're diving into the world of the United States 1-cent coin from 1996. At first glance, it might seem like just another penny, but trust me, this particular coin has a story to tell, and a value that might just surprise you. Stick with us as we uncover how this 1996 penny could be worth far more than you might expect. Let's set the stage. The year 1996 was a time of change for the United States. Bill Clinton was in his first term as president, the internet was starting to change the way people lived, and the economy was growing steadily after the early 90s recession. But while the world around the 1996 penny was changing, this little coin quietly entered circulation, with little fanfare, destined to become part of everyday transactions. The 1996 1-cent coin is a part of the familiar Memorial Design series, which was first introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the front, you have the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, as designed by Victor David Brenner in 1909. Lincoln's image is a symbol of unity, freedom, and strength, traits that are deeply woven into the fabric of American history. On the reverse, you'll find the iconic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This striking structure represents the ideals of unity and perseverance. Much like Lincoln himself, the 1996 penny was produced in large numbers, so large, in fact, that most of these coins have been heavily circulated. But here's the catch: most of the 1996 pennies you'll find today have been used in everyday transactions and have suffered the usual wear and tear. Over time, they've been through countless hands and have accumulated scratches, discoloration, and other signs of use. However, that doesn't mean all hope is lost for this penny. You see, in the world of coin collecting, it's all about condition. A 1996 penny that's been kept in excellent, uncirculated condition can be worth much more than its face value. Coins that have been carefully preserved, without the usual signs of wear, are highly sought after by collectors. And finding a 1996 penny in pristine condition is a rare treasure in itself. But there's even more to this coin than just condition. Some 1996 pennies were struck with minting errors, and these errors are what really set certain coins apart from the rest. Coin collectors go crazy over these mistakes because they make the coin even more unique and valuable. The most common errors to look for in the 1996 penny include things like doubled dies or off-center strikes. In a doubled die, the image on the coin, whether it's the date, lettering, or design, appears doubled, creating a noticeable shift or ghosting effect. If you have a 1996 penny with this kind of error, it can significantly increase its value, but not all errors are obvious to the naked eye. Some coins have subtle flaws that may require closer inspection. For example, an off-center strike occurs when the coin is not perfectly aligned when it's being struck, leaving part of the design incomplete or shifted. These errors are relatively rare, and finding a 1996 penny with an off-center strike could be worth a small fortune. So, what's the actual value of a 1996 1-cent coin if you find one in exceptional condition or with an error? If you're lucky enough to have an uncirculated 1996 penny, or better yet, one with a rare minting error, its value could be as much as $37,000, yes, you heard that right, $37,000. It's incredible to think that a single penny could be worth that much money. So, the next time you come across a 1996 penny, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You might just have a rare and valuable coin on your hands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on another fascinating coin discovery. Have you ever found a rare coin or wondered if one of your pennies could be worth big money? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting.